back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Tanya from Little Vintage Cottage. First things first, could we just talk about my hair? Like, I'm trying out some new hairstyles because I have a lot of hair and I just basically wear it the same two ways. I'm trying out some new styles and this one is like, I'm not really digging it, but I spent a lot of time on it this morning, so I don't want to redo it. And I'm not going anywhere today, so it's gonna stay. What do you think? Kind of silly. So I am back in my craft room today. I am doing an updated craft room tour because I have moved the room around once again. This is the third or fourth time since I moved into this house. I guess we've lived here for 2 years now, so that's not too bad, is it? I mean, I like to move rooms around, and so I'm here sharing an updated craft room tour, and it takes a lot to move this room around because it's not like I have another space where I can just clear the whole room out and start over. So I end up like moving a bunch of stuff to one side of the room and then, you know, trying to put a piece of furniture where it needs to go or where I think it needs to go. And then when I get that placed, excuse me, I have to go and move everything from that side of the room where I put it back over, and it's just a constant. It took me like an entire day to redo this room. So I wanted to share. I know a lot of people really enjoyed the tours that I've done so far, and that makes me so happy because I love this room. Like, it's one of my favorite places to be. I come up here almost every night for a couple hours and just, you know, do my crafts, do what makes me happy. So I'm so glad that you guys enjoy it too. So let me show you around. All right, so it's kind of dark and dreary outside today, so I have all the lights on in my room, so I hope that it's gonna be a good video. But so this is the view into my room. This thing here, I know you guys have all seen this before. If you haven't, if you're new, I'll put links to the other two tours that I've done. But so I mean, most of this stuff is the same. I've changed out a few things, but anyway, I just love this vintage wall hanging. Is something that my daughter had, and then she didn't want it anymore. And right now I've got some stuff behind the door, which is preventing me from opening the door all the way. But anyway, this is what you see when you come down the hall, and I really like it. These curtains are new, thrifted finds. They are from Target. I will talk more about them when we get in there. And I have a new rug, and I redid some furniture, sort of. So I'll show you. So let's come on in. So first thing is that I moved my workbench. Before it was running this way in front of the window, and that was causing some problems when I was trying to do videos and things because the light was behind me. And while I could come over to this side of the bench and work, I don't know, I didn't like that. So I don't really like having my back to the door. So anyway, I'm trying this setup now. And also, when it was this way, there wasn't enough room behind me for this chair to roll around. I didn't have it out far enough into the room. So this time I put it out further so I can work from this side of the table if I want to sit. And this is my thrifted $6 office chair that I redid. I used some old bark cloth and recovered the seat and the back. It was a really easy project. I will link to that post. And so if I want to sit, I can be on this side of the table, and if I want to stand, I would be on the other side, which is typically how I work when I'm crafting. I don't know why, but I stand. So I'll just come over here and do like a 360 rotation, and then we'll go around the room. And this, I can't get my camera back anymore. It won't let me zoom out anymore when I'm filming. So anyway, here's just a little 360 of my room. Hopefully this doesn't make you sick. It's kind of making me sick. I got a lot of stuff in here, as you can see. All right, so let's just talk about this. So back over here at the door, I have gone through my stuff and tried to get rid of things, and there's just some things I don't know. I don't want to get rid of. This thing, I would be all right with getting rid of it, but I just don't know how I would ship it if I listed it for sale in my Etsy shop, and I kind of like it, so I hung it up. And I have this old picture. I don't know the title of it. I think it has a name, but I like it. And I have some old architectural things. I just hung them up here. This is the closet, because this is originally a bedroom. This is the closet, and so the doors were already off when we bought the house, and so I put a tension rod and hung up some sheer curtains so I can kind of hide what's in here, but usually it's open. This shelf was here, and then there was a clothing rod. I took that rod out and I put another shelf, and then I've talked about this before, but I have some of my storage options are not so cute. Like, I don't like these plastic things, but they're super handy. So I put those in the closet. And I've just got stuff in here. There's a plant hanger hanging here that has some things in it. I've got my scrapbook papers up here. These old vintage things are full of supplies. Like, some of them have sandpaper and sponges, elastic and Velcro. That one up on top has thumbtacks and stuff. That one, it's not labeled. It has little bottle brush trees. This one has some vintage, like artificial fruit things that I took off of something. I don't know what's in that one anymore. I need to look. Anyway, this basket has got some fabric in it. That bag, I need to come up with a better solution for that. It's just stuffing. And I've got game pieces. This old stove pipe. I hope you can see it. This is how the heating and air is run now. So anyway, I just painted it black, and it's metal, so I put magnets on it because, you know, why not you make use of everything you have. These little bins here just have different things in them. I've got some old hat boxes. I like to use old containers for my craft supplies. I've got a couple of these pull-out things. This has foam alphabet stamps in it. This has like hole punches, different hole punches and things. This is an old shoe box that I've got on its side because it's got all these little divided sections that are good for things. I hung this. This didn't work anywhere else in our house, so I put it up here and stuck stuff in it. And I've got a cubby thing down here with things in it. Here's some more hat boxes. This is just overflow. It's actually a lampshade, which I don't know what I'm gonna do with yet. So anyway, it's an old suitcase. So that's the closet situation. Up on top, I've got this. I thrifted this clock, and it matches like perfectly the pink accent wall, and it's very cottagecore, which I just loved it. And I need to know what time it is when I'm up here. So here I've got an old crock which has different wallpapers and stuff in it. This is a lingerie chest, and I've just got random things in here. This one has old photographs that I sometimes use in my collage art. There's clamps, all kinds of things in there. This is the new rug that I got. This is also from Goodwill. It's originally from Target, and like I said, the curtain is like a velvet mustard colored curtain that is from Goodwill, but originally from Target. It's the Justina Blakeney line. Anyway, back over here. This dresser was from my childhood bedroom, and it was in my daughter's room when she was young. So it's got all my Etsy shipping supplies in it. And up on top, I used to have this hanging on the wall, and I took it down and just set it on top of the dresser. And it's just got some little cute things in it. These are vintage jewelry pins in this old bowl. Anyway, it's these little lovebirds. I think they're so cute. So that's up here. I've got a little collection going of these colorful, they're candle holders, little flowers. I like them. I don't know why. I just found this one the other day at the thrift store. This little skunk was in my grandpa's collection of things. This is a picture of my grandma when she was young. Up here I've got this little, this little sliding, I think it probably used to be in a bathroom. A little collection of little chalkware dogs. A tea because my name is Tanya. This used to be in my bathroom at my old house. It's an old drawer that I turned into a shelf, and I left one of the knobs on it, and I just hang stuff from it. And so these shelves, the brackets are made from Scrabble tile holders that I turned upside down, and then I just cut some wood pieces to act as shelves. And again, it's just got random little decorative things in there. Up on top, this is my happy place. I love it up here. This is an old store display of some sort. I really don't know what it used to have in it, but now it has, you know, baker's twine and craft supplies, little tiny box of Kleenex. This is me and my grandma. That's the same grandma that I have the vintage picture of. And this is my dollhouse that I started. I need to do some more projects on that. I have a pink tumbleweed hanging from the ceiling. There's a framed heart made out of old thread spools. This is my TV when I'm up here. These little dolls I found not too long ago. These two I found not too long ago at the thrift store, and they had some weird gunk on their face, and so I figured out a way to clean them off. And that is my sewing machine from when I was little. Here is an old oatmeal container that I keep all of my dried flowers and silk flowers and stuff that I use when I'm crafting. Got an old flower frog with some little mushrooms in it. This is my bulletin board or inspiration board. It's an old picture frame, and I just have random things hanging on it. Some old buttons and flower made from a tape measure, dried roses. I like to, when I find a package, like something I bought at the store that has a cute graphic, I cut it out because I might want to use it on something. This little star I made from this little sunshine I made from 2 old coasters and popsicle sticks. And this is also me and that same grandma. Got this cute little, I made this little plate. This is my cricket. This is my little mascot for my room. I found her at an antique show years ago, and I had to have her. There were 2, and I spent every dime that I had way back when I was dirt poor because I loved her so much. So every dime that I had in my hand, not, you know, obviously not everything because I was raising a daughter, but anyway. This is the only new piece I have in this room. It's from Target, and it was perfect for, I got the pink bins to hold fabric, and it fits these old suitcases perfectly, which this suitcase over here has paper ephemera that I use when I make like altered books. This one has silk flowers. This is one of my baby dresses from when I was a baby. This normally is cleared off. These are some gift baskets that I'm working on, but this is usually where I package up my Etsy stuff and put it in the box and get it ready to ship. Up here in the window, I've got a little collection going. I don't know if you can see those. They're, let me just take one down so I can show you. They're like old, they're made in Mexico, clay candle holders, and I think they're so adorable, and so I pick them up whenever I see them at thrift stores. There's another one. I think they're cool. This one's missing one of the little balls on the other side, but I think they're so cool looking. And this one is not a candle holder, but it kind of goes. I thought it was cute. It's got the same kind of little bird on it. And then these little guys, let's see if you can see these. These little clay Mexican dancing people. I thought they were adorable. So it's got, you can see the room has this weird little small window, and then that's the old stovepipe that whoever, when they redid this, they installed a fireplace, a wood stove downstairs, and they decided to go straight up in front of the window for some reason with the stovepipe. Okay, let me back up. This piece here is an old bookcase from a bookstore that was going out of business, and so I got it for 25 bucks. And this is where the majority of my vintage containers are that I like to store my stuff in. So these are like old glove boxes. This is just an old shoebox that someone covered with wallpaper way back in the day. There's jewelry boxes, cigar boxes, all kinds of vintage. And I keep some of my stuff out, my supplies out, just as decor. I like to put my little figurines in glass jars that I'm going to use. This is my collection of tomato pincushions, and there's a bunch of thimbles. My daughter just got me this for Christmas. It's a little pincushion. Isn't she adorable? I love her. This is a collection of vintage tape measures. And these little vintage tool, you would put like nuts and bolts in them normally. I have these two vintage ones. This one is pink. I don't know if you can see. It's a pink one, and so I use it for buttons, and this one also. It is aqua colored, or green maybe, and I use them for buttons. I have just old boxes that I think are pretty with things stored in them. An old peanut butter jar. Peter Pan peanut butter is like the best. More figurines, more old glove boxes, old jars with lace and seashells and crystals and ribbons. Down here, more containers. All kinds of craft supplies are in them. This is my my postal scale and my printer for my, weighing my packages, my Etsy sales, you know. So this little cabinet I picked up, I think it was $25 at an estate sale, and I use it for shipping supplies. But see the old shelf liner that was in it, I thought that was so cute. Anyway, under it is my X tool and laser engraving tool. And when I use it, I have to bring it up and put it on a table because it has to be vented out a window. This is another old hat box. This is a see-through hat box that I have vintage millinery flowers in. Underneath my workbench, well, so I have these two hooks, and I hang tape measures and my phone charger and stuff like that. So this part isn't very pretty, but whatever. This is another not so pretty storage option. That's why it's underneath the bench here. Same thing with this. But here's another one. This is my cute little garbage can. I don't even remember where I got that. And this is, I think it's well, a lot of companies make them now, but originally IKEA made these little rolling carts, and so I use it for the things that I use most often right next to my workbench here. You know, like sponge brushes, scissors, my paint brushes, pens and pencils. All of my paints are down here, and there's more paints down here, and this old box full of vintage rickrack and seam binding ribbon. I got this magnetic paper towel holder recently and hung it up. So this thing, this is a project I'm working on. This thing I got at a yard sale, and I paid $35 for it because I thought it was so cool. It's like an old doctor's office box. And so the drawers are all divided like this, and they've got the old labels on them of what used to be in them. And it has mirrors on both sides, which is super cool. And another thing that's cool about it, see, here's a mirror. It's double-sided, so the drawers pull both ways. So no matter what side of the desk you're on, you can use it. This, I've got my lamp up here with the lampshade, the Anthropologie knockoff lampshade that I made. Here, let me turn it off so you can see it better, because it's hard to see with the light on. So I will share, I put a link to that video, but Anthropologie had one really similar, and of course it was like hundreds of dollars, and so I created my own. It was really fun. It was a fun project. Anyway, this is an old canister that I found at Goodwill or something. Down here I've got this. It's like a closet storage thing, and I just stuck some hooks underneath the tabletop and then hung it from the hooks. This is my beautiful daughter back when she was 21. And so I've just got random things in there. This old stool, which I love. Over here I've got, it's half of an old steamer trunk that they used to pack all their clothes in when they would travel on the ships. And so I use it for craft supplies. So it's got like my glue gun and glue sticks and things like that in it. Just random craft supplies. These two drawers here have yarn in them and they're stuffed, so I'm not even going to try and open them. I got this old chair at Goodwill for $10. Thought it was so cute, and so it's here in the corner if anybody wants to come in and sit. It's a footstool you can pull out. This is a stack of, I have a collection going of these old sewing boxes. The one on the bottom was my grandma's, and then these two I thrifted, and then this is just an old little, I think it was probably a jewelry box. And then on top here is this old children's suitcase that I just set it up on top. This is a little doll that I made. Okay, these are photography supplies and the hose for my X tool. So let me come back over here. I grouped my collection of vintage crewel, embroidery, whatever you want to call them, needlework. I grouped them all together. Let me go over there. So this one was, well, they're all thrift store finds, but this one, I don't know if you can see here, but it's actually got a little bit of a stain, and so I was originally going to sell it, but I didn't think it would sell because of the stain, but so I hung it up here. I've got a lily of the valley. I think this one is super cute. I love you. The little flowers have faces, smiley faces. Got a couple of framed floral ones. This one is recent, which I freaking love this one. I mean, it's huge. Isn't that cool? And this mountain scene one is pretty. I like these because the little flowers and things are dimensional, like 3D, you know. This was a clock, just the front. It never had the hands or anything, and I just think the crewel work is pretty. And this is one of my very first and my favorites. Aren't they cute? And then I've got a vintage fan hanging here. I think it's so pretty. This is a little paper parasol, Asian parasol, that I've hung up here. I've got a small little collection of dried flower arrangements. They're under like domed glass frames. So this is the newest edition, which I'll probably sell this one eventually because I'm not a religious person, but for now she's up here. It's cute. This is an old door off of, it's metal, it's a door off of, here's the handle, like an old garage cabinet or something, and so I use it as a bulletin board. And I think that's pretty much it. So I have a curtain on this side of the bench, you know, because when you come into the room, then you don't see the mess of ugly storage containers. And it gets warm up here, so I have my fan on. Oh, the wallpaper that I did, or the furniture that I did, this used to have a green and white contact paper on it, and so I recovered it, or I redid it with the leftovers from my entryway makeover, which this color, this mustard color, goes better with the curtains, I think, and it all goes with the rug. So, oh, and on the back of my, remember this rolling cart, on the back I just taped this. It's an old twin size headboard that I picked up at a yard sale. This is one of the things I can't part with. I don't know why. I don't know what my attraction is to things sometimes, but so I just put it on the back side of the rolling cart to cover up. When you walk into the room, you don't see, and it's just duct taped on. So I stuck these up here because the back of the headboard is just raw wood, and that wasn't very pretty. So, oh, I have an old garbage can here with more wallpaper and stuff in it. What else did I miss? I didn't really talk about these two cabinets. They're just the cheap bookcases that you can get at like Walmart, and I stacked two of them together to make a tall bookshelf, and then you can arrange the shelves, you know, whichever orientation you like. And so I just got some fabric bins. I think the last time I shared a tour, I had brown fabric bins, and I made the comment, oh, I need to find some prettier bins, and so I have found those two so far. And these are old locker baskets. You can see the locker number. This one has old velvet ribbons in it. This one has all of these raffia trivets that I have a project coming up for those. And this is a tall skinny. It's also stacked. It's two together so that it's you know, taller. And then I've just got things in there, random things. There's a little suitcase, another hat box. There's another locker basket. This one has old crepe paper streamer rolls. This was a candle. It used to be a citronella outdoor candle, and I have vintage doorknobs in it now. This is an old drawer that I put my glitter in. These little baskets are actually from the dollar section of Rite Aid, and I thought they were so cute. So I got a couple of those. Some more vintage boxes, which have buttons and things in them. I like them. I have a radio if I want to listen to music while I'm in here. this little drawer unit, which you can turn the drawers any orientation. So right now I have it standing up so it's tall and skinny, and I have like garlands and things stored in here. And the drawer was missing on this one, so it just has stuff in it. This is an old bed spring that I have some boho flowers in. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the updated tour. Please consider subscribing if you enjoyed this. You can look at some of my other videos and see if the content that I create is something you like, and then subscribe to my channel. If you ring the little bell, you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. So thank you for watching. Have a great day. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Tanya from Little Vintage Cottage.